Hello and welcome, my lovely listeners. I am sitting on this Sunday afternoon, very gloomy outside, a lot of wind and rain. I actually went for a walk today, which I felt like the wind just was really helping taking off the bad energies of me, all the energies and the feelings of unworthiness that I'm feeling a lot at the moment. I just dive straight into it. I was having this interview at work, and I really kind of put all my thoughts into this interview, and it didn't go well. So I didn't really secure this position. And I was telling myself that if I don't secure this position, that means that I am not really a good fit for this role. And for many reasons, I am not fit for the corporate role anyway. And I always knew that. And I always know that. And also saying this, maybe I shouldn't say that, because I do believe that spelling or words create your reality, and saying something out loud actually creates this. So I feel that, just taking this back, I feel that I would thrive in something that would give me more freedom, that I would create for myself, that I would be sort of my own guide, and the rules that are out there created by other people, I wouldn't have to so much adhere to those rules, and I would be just my own compass. And mainstream roles and working for someone is not really giving me this. And I have been listening to a lot of podcasters who are having their own company, who are heading the business, and who are working for themselves. And I feel that that would be the best solution for me, the best way forward. And I know that working and doing and trying to prove something in the big company where there are all the other kind of clogs and everything, that's not really perhaps my place. And also maybe something that I am not fully aligned with, or some parts maybe I don't agree with. I don't know how to play the politics, the games there, which are not really the games, it's just the ways things are. So it's been challenging, although I obviously as well really appreciate everything that I have at the moment, and I really like parts of the role that I have. So the freedom and the lack of micromanagement, that is mostly the case. So definitely where I am now, it's really a place, one of the best places where I have been, but also I know and I can see that I am quite comfortable there, and it doesn't really it's been there for too long, and I want to move, and not only financially but also to grow and to develop. And where I am now at this particular role, I have outgrown it, and I am in comfort zone, which I want to step out from. And that's why I was thinking that this new role is going to give me this step up, this, first of all, obviously, more financial security, most of all, but also just exposure to other areas in at work, which, like I said before, is not a super alignment, but it would allow me to grow. And I believe that any learning is a good learning. I take whatever is been given to me. I take whatever learning and whatever knowledge is given to me, because I can see that it's similar to everything else, and I can put connections with everything else within my learning, and I can just feel that the energy is flowing, that the brain is working, and I'm really curious. And I know that being a Gemini is something that Geminis really take on. The knowledge sometimes is very kind of surface level, that's fine, and it's from a lot of places, and it's curiosity that kind of spreads wide, but still it's the curiosity that keeps me young and keeps me in motion, and I like that, and I want to follow that. And whenever possible, obviously I want to dive deeper, but I appreciate when the opportunities are given to me. So I saw this as opportunity, working with systems and working with people. Again, it's not super passion, but it's movement. It's sideways movements, sort of sideways forward movement. So I was really excited, and I was really looking forward to this. And then obviously it didn't happen, so the rejection kind of came in, the feeling of not being included came in, the comparison so much, the triggers came in, and this is how I am dealing with those triggers. This is how I am trying to overcome them and also be patient with them. And the walk today and the energies of wind, the very strong winds today in UK, the wind really and the rain swooped me inside and out and around me and kind of taken this all off me. Not off, because a lot of the stuff still is in me. The thing with the triggers, when something like this happens, it could be anything, any form of rejection. Obviously rejection from work like this, especially, that I know the people around me, I know the expectations around me, and I have to go back to where I was on Monday, exactly where I was, and I have to kind of put a good face to whatever situation there is, and just take it on and sort of, be okay with people, because that's professional, even though I really would like to, for a couple of weeks, probably cut myself off. At least that's how I feel today. It might be that I wake up tomorrow and I will be in totally different space. And what I promised myself, or what I said, that if I don't get this position, I really concentrate on this podcast, and I really will be trying to get and speak more. And there is doubt now. There is a lot of doubt. I could not do that because I was so the self-belief and self-belief was so cut off because this interview didn't go well. I stopped believing for a moment in anything, that anything made any sense, that anything was purposeful, that I was good in anything, and it just really took this off, and it kind of woken up old demons as well. So the demons of rejections, or not being good enough, or not meaning anything, or not bringing anything to this world, or not being important to other people as well as to myself, as being small, kind of the victim mentality. And I was listening yesterday to Aaron Doughty, and he had this live, and what was really helpful to me yesterday was listening to him talking about the fact that we are healing, and we think that the healing is done in the future, that when the healing is done, our healing of everything, our trauma and our triggers, at some point it will be done, and then we'll be free, and then we'll be happy, and all our traumas will just fade away, and there will be no more triggers. And I really kind of understood and needed this reassurance that the healing as it is never really done as much, and the healing is happening in kind of small pockets, and the triggers will keep coming, and there might be some time when there are no triggers, and then obviously one of the life's happenings happen, experiences come, and then another pocket of triggers of trauma opens, and then you have to overcome this, and then again and again. And I guess the whole meaning is in these experiences, and I have to remind and go to and tell myself to go back to the present moment. That's from Eckhart Tolle. Going back to the present moment, to what is also helpful. And I can do it together, and you can do it together, with hoping for the best future. But it's not the same as worrying for the future. I think the hope and staying in the moment, but also hope, and also knowing that there is always an option. One of my previous episodes is about always having an option, always having a window open. This allowed me to find another opportunity, and maybe it's even better, I don't know, and I wouldn't know that in this moment. I wouldn't know that me not getting this job is actually better for me, as it happens many times, that we realize that us not getting something, or not going through something, or not receiving this, open the doors, or breaking up, or whatever it is, actually opened our door to something much better. And this is like a thing, that the generic thing that people say, that if you didn't get this, something much better awaits for you. But it's also looking and seeing this opportunity. So I saw another job opening, and I'm gonna go, and I went actually through this and see on Monday, or I don't know, maybe even now, I'll see if it was accepted. And I know that I will keep trying. Whatever happens, I will keep trying, and I will keep going. And sometimes it feels like I am crawling in the mud almost, and I am going like I was going today, against the wind and against the rain, just holding my umbrella, and the umbrella was in the point of almost breaking. And I was thinking, why do I do that to myself? Why do I choose to put myself in a difficult position? But also I felt that it felt good, that it felt nice. And I also knew that I am gonna go through this, and I'm gonna feel better after. I guess it's also the same as, I don't know, going to a gym for some people. Like they go to the gym, or they do some sort of physical exercise, and it's painful, and it's not, maybe not necessarily something you are looking forward to, but you know that once you've done this, there's a great sense of achievement. So that's why you keep doing this. So that's why we keep living. That's why we keep trying. And that's where we see the hope. So this is my hope. My hope is for this another position, while I am also holding a bit of uncomfortable feeling that this is not something that I want to do for the rest of my life. I guess for the rest of my life, like I said at the beginning, I would like to be independent, to work how I want to work, to create something that comes from myself, and to be leading on this, and to be the head of this, I guess. No matter if I take other people alongside or not, it's just something that I want to do, that comes to me effortlessly, and that I fully believe in. So and I create this sense of belief and this sense of importance for myself. Whatever task I am doing, I've really learned to see this importance of the tasks that I have, and it's anything. It was like the walk today, it's like taking care of my cats, it's taking care of my home, is doing laundry and washing up, anything, taking care of my skin and of myself and speaking to my friends, is anything. Even how I fold my clothes is just the sense of this is important, this is the task. So I definitely take it to work, as hard sometimes as it is, because it's got other people involved and other egos, and kind of I have to position myself there, which I don't know if you recognize. Working in the corporate world is quite difficult to do, and I really admire some people come and they seem so self-assured, they seem so much believing in what they are doing, and doing important things, while I sometimes feel like it's just so admin oriented, although obviously admin does a lot of our lives is admin, and to be honest, when the admin goes wrong, everything might go wrong, because the juicy parts, the talking parts, the transitioning parts, the changing parts, this is the main, this is like I can see now, like the inside of the flower, but everything else around it kind of leads to it. So all the other parts are as much important as the middle part, as the juicy part. I don't know if someone just does just the juicy part. They have to take care of themselves. They have to do all the admin, and fair enough, you can get people to do all the admin for you, and you can just, but you have to do your preparation. You have to do your all due diligence to that. You have to train, and you have to read, and you have to sleep, and you have to eat. You have to just take care of yourself, and these are almost like life admins, right? Like, you can say these are less important things, but come the time and you can see them as very important things, as your fuel, as things that you cannot live without. I mean, we take breathing for granted, and kind of no one thinks about it, but then you understand how important breathing is during the meditation, when you talk, for your nerves, and during doing any sports, obviously, and for you as living. So I guess it's good to talk it out, and to remember the importance of admin, and to remember then to remember the importance of everything I am doing, and really give me the confidence to just go and do it, and be good to myself, and really believe in myself, and really have this self-confidence that can lead me places. And I hope really listening to me also give you this self-confidence, this power. I feel like I want to say so much more. One more thing that I wanted to say also was that I believe I am really lucky. So I know that anything that happens to me that is not maybe super happy, or brings me down a little bit or a lot, is followed by something amazing. So straight after finding out that I failed this job interview, I actually had a really lovely trip planned with some friends, and during this trip, what brought me the most happiness and the I wouldn't call it relaxation, I cannot find the other word for this, was actually going and sitting in beautiful churches. I was actually in France, and French churches, they have this atmosphere inside the church that I couldn't find anywhere else. It's just the meditation and the calmness and stillness come to me there straight away. And it was really something for me that every day I was looking forward to it. After having my lovely coffee and my lovely breakfast in one of the cafes, I was really looking forward to find the next church. And really, it could be in any church, smaller, bigger, any church that I could find. And I would just go there and light the candle and just sit there. And I had the kind of, I don't know if you've listened to my earlier podcast. If not, I was brought up I was brought up in Catholic, quite religious or family that had kind of religious customs. So going to church, obviously baptized, and then you had your first communion, and then you had the now I don't remember the word for it, when you go and confess, you're going to confession, that's the word, going to confession, which was quite excruciating. And going and confess your sins and your secret to a guy, and a one-to-one kind of, I don't know, it just does not seem kind of right. And especially for smaller children, it's just very, is all those acts of kind of the acts of faith that you are brought up in, and you don't question, you just do this even if you don't feel comfortable. It's not something that comes from you. Everyone around you is doing that, so you do that as well. And then first communion, and kind of taking the first communion, and all you were born in sin, you die as a dust, and the guilt, the guilt that you live in all the time, or that's how it felt for me. And the guilt was the strongest feeling. And although I was really I was always quite spiritual, so I always believed that there was God. And back then I just called it God, and I always felt that I do believe in the that we are not only a body, that we have a soul, that there is something else outside. So I always believed in that, and I continue. My relationship to the church, priests, and the whole notion of guilt, of sin, changed, and I fell off with the church, and I don't go to the church as I used to. My whole faith kind of reconstructed itself. I had to really, this old part had to die very much, and it happened about 5-6 years ago, or 7 it started, when I had to kind of redo everything, redo this belief, to come out of the guilt of the sin, and kind of go on the other side of more love and understanding and believing in myself. And also something that I still work on, feeling a part of something, of the oneness, and that everyone is one coming from the same source, which is obviously what the religions say, but in a different words. So I fell off with church, and I couldn't even, for many years after that, I couldn't even go into the church. I feel I was so off-put by this, especially when you go into, theories and red pill, blue pill, and awakening, and all of the theories, and how the religion was destroyed, and how the church was, just another government body, and all the black magic that was together with church, and it's kind of took me a while to transform it, to transmute it, to understand it, and it's still kind of I'm still in this area of understanding this and transmuting it. However, I just felt a big pull to the churches in Paris. They just, like I said, they have this energy that really pulled me in. And I went there and I spent a long time just meditating, just closing my eyes. The energy, I feel like, because the energy inside of me changed, I was able to also change the energy around me, and anything that, that is black magic or whatever, any bad energies in those churches were not able to enter me, and I only pull out and pull in the light, and I only pulled in whatever was good and whatever was good for me. So I was really able to sit there in the quietness, in a sacred space, as much as church didn't want to make it, I believe, for you to feel big or kind of loved. Is still this sacred space, because the generic, the beliefs are there, and this was just something that was built around them by specific people for a specific way to control other people. This kind of, when it falls off, only love remains, and only the feeling that we are not the body remains, and the contact with everything spiritual, external, mystic, this remains. And also because the buildings are built in a specific ways, they kind of reach to the sky, and they have all these ornaments, and it's definitely secret geometry in all the churches. It really heightens the perception, and I really felt that. It heightens the perception, and it easily bring you up and your vibration to the level that you can really kind of stay there in the other states of I always forget if it's beta state or alpha state, whatever is like in between sleep and being awake state. And it's really easy there because everything is amplifying this for you. So I really recommend that if you have any old churches like this, but obviously you have to tune into this energy if it's fine for you. I'm really curious about how people maybe who are not brought up in faith, and how other churches, because obviously there are not only Christian and Catholic churches around. There are many around the world. There are many other temples and places of God. So I am really curious how it is for you, if it's similar, because really all those places are built for the same fundamentals, to connect with something transcendent, to put you in a different state of belief. So this really helped me. And I also remembered how there is this one church in UK that I used to go to. It's just because it was close to the work that I used to work in. I really felt calling to go again to this church. And this was when I used to go there and really pray, back when I kind of prayed like a normal prayer. I feel that now it's more like a meditation prayer, and not to the specific God, the guy with the beard, but more to the spirit and to the love. I have to find the right word for this. Maybe something that I can express better. But I remember when I was going there, and I really in my prayers, I really put this specific intention for something to happen. And it did happen. And it kind of brought me joy and sorrow and heartbreak and everything else in between. And I believe I prayed it out in a way. So I was trying to sort of do the same, but also have more trust in that whatever happens, so put my intentions out, but also have trust that whatever happens, this is for my greatest good. So have those prayers. So for example, have those prayers of having a good career, having a good job. And if this next job and this work that I am is good for me, then I really, really want this to happen. But also in the same time, if there is something better, if that's not a great fit, I also trust the universe and I trust my path to take me wherever it feels the best. And so I don't have to go through more hurtful experiences. So this is kind of what I would like to, what I wanted to put through. And the trust, this is something that I was really wanting to highlight, the trust, the belief that I am looked after, that I am divinely guided. And we all are, and you are too. And with this, I just finished this podcast for today, and I hope it brought you something. It definitely did for me, like my little out there diary. I speak to you soon. Bye bye.